So DJ, Tony, both are here, right?
Yes, Manny. How are you?
Good, good. I'm good.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Tony,
I'm on a
my
diff. I'm on a different computer. My other one crashed, but this I got this one up and running, so I think we're good.
okay. So I downloaded this NetBeans, and the advantage in NetBeans is like this. If I open any file of, let's say, DJ, for example, app.js,
Mhm.
I can I can see current page. I can go to the history and see what are the commits made by DJ and what are the changes. So all the changes I can see here only. I don't need to do anywhere, go anywhere.
Oh,
So
that's
I can
great. So this is only for Windows, or there is
Yes, Windows, Mac, Linux, all the versions are available.
Oh, okay. Let me download that. This looks really nice.
Right. And I can also see, let's say, afterwards, we all will be working in one file or two file, multiple files. We will be sharing one each file, and everyone may work on that file. So I can also see annotation. Annotation will tell me who has committed this line. So it's saying DJ has committed this line. Since you committed all the lines, your name is there here in the DJ. But
Mhm.
let's say for 10 people, developers are working on the same file, I can see this line is committed by, for example, Kate. This line is committed by Carrie. So I can see all the changes here, who committed which line. So this is a great tool. And you can commit from here only. You don't have to go anywhere. I can say right click it,
Yes.
git, and I can say remote, and I can pull it from here. I can push it here. I can commit it from here.
Is
I
it
can
a free app,
free,
Manny?
free.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. Okay.
Okay, let's move to the today's session. What we stopped, we did not work on that day. We'll do. Yesterday we were in half. cd hello world npm start. Okay, open the file. Okay, so this is my file. I created this data, and data is the array. And in array, we have different objects: one object, two object, three object, four object, five object. And I'm putting all five objects in one by one. Let's say tomorrow there are 100 objects or 200 objects. I cannot put all 100 objects like this. I need to loop it. I need to go use the for loop. So that's the reason we will be using a looping today in React. So now tell me, what is the key of this one? Since this is an array, can anyone tell me what is the key for this value?
Zero.
0. What is the key for this value?
One, two,
2.
one.
So the key is 0 and value is this object. In the second case, key is 1, value is this object. In the third case, key is 2, value is this object. In the fourth case, key is 3, value is this one. And in the fifth case, key is 4 and value is this one. So now we will learn about the mapping in React. So I will start with the curly bracket because it's a JavaScript. And once I'm changing it, you will see this color is changed. That means these lines are changed. So we can know which lines are changed for this after I open the file. Now here I will say, now what is the variable which I want to loop? I want to loop my data. So I will say my data. Then I will say dot map, and I will put round bracket around the map. Inside map, I have to create the arrow function. I showed you yesterday arrow function. Arrow function is, I will start with round bracket, then I will put the arrow, and then I will start with the curly bracket. So this is the arrow function. I will paste it in the chat also. This is the arrow function. An arrow function is similar to the normal function. Only thing, we don't write the function name. We directly write the bracket, and then we put the curly bracket, and we put arrow inside between in between them. So now inside map, I created arrow function. Let me put this in the chat. Now what I will do, now this map has arrow function, and this arrow function gets two parameters. First parameter which it gets is called the value. You can rename it to res, you can rename it to carry, whatever name you want to give, you can give, but it's the value. So the value which you see here will be denoted by this value. Maybe you can say data, whatever name you want to give, you can give, but this is this part. This is the value, which is this object. So when I'm looping through map, when I'm putting the data means this value, or this value, or this value, or this value, or this value. So first time it will be this value, second time will be this value, third time will be this value, fourth time it will be this value, fifth time it will be this value. And I will put comma, and after comma I will put indexing. Indexing will be, for the first indexing will be 0, second case indexing will be 1, third case indexing will be 2, fourth case indexing will be 3, fifth case indexing will be 4. So I can get data, I will rename it now value, but I can name it to data also, I can put anything. And there is a indexing. Indexing will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Value will be this value, or this value, or this value, or this value, or this value. Now inside the curly bracket, I have to return. What I have to return? I have to return this component. Any component I have to return it. So I will return this component. Return statement should be there in the mapping, otherwise it will break. Now tell me, instead of putting my data 0, what should I put here? Because my data is here and I am looping my data. Now I don't want my data 0, because if I put my data 0, every time this will go. First number, first number, first number. Now you tell me, what should I put instead of my data 0, so that it should go proper value? That is, in the first case this, second case this, third case this, fourth case this, fifth case this.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot is there, but what should I put inside this one, instead of this variable?
Index.
Index will 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I pass index, it will go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will not go this object.
Or asterisk.
Asterisk also not there.
In style sheet there is like, to cover everything is asterisk, so I just did that.
But now few minutes back I told you this object is this value. So we have to say value. We have to pass the value. Because this value is something which we are getting each time, this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. So what I will do, I will put the value. So value is nothing but first time it will go this, second time it will go this, third time it will go this, fourth time it will go this, fifth time it will go this. And map also needs one more thing which you have to remember, and that thing is called the key. So whenever I call any component, I need to pass key also, and key should be unique. Anything unique you can pass. So here only unique thing which I have is the indexing, because in the first case it's a 0, in the second case it's 1, in the third case it's 2, 3, 4. So the unique key here I have is indexing. So I will pass indexing, and this index is used by the React people. This index is used by this key is used by the React application. We don't have control over this key. If we want to access this index, we can create one more variable. Maybe I can say my key equal to index. So if I want to use the index somehow in this component, maybe I want to know what is the numbering. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will create another key value pair, and I pass index, because this key is used by the React application, and we don't know that how it is used internally. So if I want to personally use it, I will create my key. Right now I'm not creating it. I will do it in the next exercise. Right now I don't want you to confuse with the two things. So just remember how to do the map. I have to start with the curly bracket. Then I will use the variable which I want to loop it, and then I will say dot map. And inside that I will say value and key. This is index is nothing but the key, and this is arrow function, and inside the arrow function we will return the component, and the component should have the key, which should have the unique value. Here only unique value I have is the indexing, and then I will pass the value. The value will be this object, and I will say dot dot dot. That means it will go name age separately inside the component. Now let me see this in the browser. So now it is this. So to make sure if I am getting properly, let me change the Kate 1, Kate 2, Kate many 3, 4, 5. I'll change the name. I'll change the age also. 34, 35, 33, 32, 31 to see if I'm getting real changes. So I'm getting Kate 1 with different age, Kate 2 carry. So all is looping. However, I try to do that. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, try to do this part now and let me know if you get any error. Okay, DJ done. Get done.
So Manny, how do on? I was using a Windows 7 machine before, and this machine is a Windows 10.
Okay.
How do I get to the command prompt?
Okay, so you can go by going to the run and type CMD and click OK. So you will get the command prompt.
There's no run.
Right click it.
You can do is like press Windows key and R. Windows key and R. It's the shortcut for run in Windows.
Yeah, Windows key and R is going
Yeah,
to.
shortcut.
So you have to install everything, right? Is Node.js installed on your system? Git and all everything you have to install it again, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe write down in Notepad, and when you install everything, you can test it. Right now, just write down whatever we are doing it. And if you don't have create React app, Node.js, just you do it after the class and try to install everything.
Yeah, I did not think about that one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right now, just write the code. At least you will get the idea of the code, and later on you can do it when you get time.
yeah, no problem.
And if you get any problem, just tomorrow ask me if you have some problem in installing anything.
Okay.
Just email me. I will help you maybe if you get some problem. So everybody done? Carrie?
I am having an issue.
What is the issue? Just tell me first, and if I cannot solve orally,
Syntax error, line 21.
then go to 29 and see what is the problem.
Yeah.
Match it with this one.
Oh, that might be it. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So now I will commit it from here only. I don't need to go to any other place. So I'll right click my project. I'll go to GitHub and click the commit. Once committed, it will show me which files got edited. I'll put some message, maybe just anything, whatever I did in this one, and then I'll say commit. So once I say commit, you will see the blue lines which were there is gone. That means it is committed. Now I'll push it. So I will go to the Git, go to the remote, and I will say push. Because after commit, you have to push it. Otherwise, it is only in your system. It is not in the GitHub. So once I say push, this screen will come. I will take the default values and I'll say next. So when you do first time, it will ask you your username and password of the GitHub, and you have to provide that. But once you do it, then it will automatically take that. And then I will say next, and I say finish. So once
I
I
have
say
one
finish,
question.
yeah.
Why we cannot change the order of value and the index? Like first in the arrow function, value index.
Okay, you want this index before that?
Yes, I tried, but I failed.
Yeah, it will not work because this is how map works. Because map has default one. It inserts value in the first place and index in the second place.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's not in our control. It's given by the map.
I see.
Because tomorrow we don't use the index, so we can use only value also.
Okay.
But the value is needed. Index is optional actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so now everybody done with this one. Let's move to another exercise.
I have a question. I don't have, when I right click on that top, I don't see Git.
Okay, let's see.
So like in here?
You are in Dreamweaver. I'm in NetBeans. NetBeans has that one. Dreamweaver does not have.
Oh.
Dreamweaver with the new version, they have it, the latest version. CS, the last, if you download CC version, cloud version, they have it,
Okay.
but not in the old versions.
Okay.
I'm using NetBeans. NetBeans is free for lifetime, and it has some great tools. If you're not doing, PHP, which I showed you in the Dreamweaver, then, or if you're not doing drag and drop kind of thing, HTML in the Dreamweaver, then NetBeans is good. But if you want to do drag and drop thing, or if you want to see while developing, then you have to use the Dreamweaver. Okay, so I'm done with this exercise. Now let's move further. Now I will give one challenge. Okay, so the challenge is like this. Means you have to do the challenge. So this is something, I'm done with this part. I will save this file to some different name so that I can have this information somewhere. So maybe I can say app1.js, because really I don't want to. I want to change the code of app.js. So I will save this file, because this is something, it should be in my memory. So now in the app, I will just remove everything. And I will say hello world. Let's see in the browser. So I saved at app1.js because I need this data I need sometimes in the future. So I keep it as app1.js. It will not be used in my application now because my app.js does not have that. My whole application starts with the app.js. So this app1.js, I just keep it for safety. Whenever I need this code, I will take it. So now I have app.js with hello world. Let's see in the browser. It's showing hello world. Now I will I will create one file. Maybe I will save this a11.js to. Okay, so I will create one folder now. Let's create one folder. Inside the source folder, I will create one folder. I will name it as project1. Just a name. You can give any name. It's up to you. In the project1, I will create one file. I will create one component. So maybe I can use empty file, and I will name it as, for example, I will create a component called as navigation. Navigation.js. Let's create one component, navigation.js. So this is my project1 folder. Inside that I have navigation.js component. Let's copy the component and put it in the navigation. And I will rename this component to navigation. And I will export it as navigation. And I already have navigation in A1. I will take that code of nav and I will put it inside this my navigation. So my navigation is component created with some navigation which I already have in the a1.js. I copied same code here because now I will be creating one project, and in that project I need navigation. So I copied all the navigation here, and in my app.js I will call this navigation. So I will say import navigation from dot slash project1 navigation.js. So I went to the project1. Inside project1, I went to navigation.js and imported this navigation component. So here I will first use my navigation component, and I will put hello world below it. Let me see how it looks now in the browser. Okay, so my navigation is here, but hello world is hiding behind this black thing. So what we have to do, we have to use this CSS. So maybe I call a2.css. So I will call a2.css in my app.js. So I will say import a2.css, because in the a2.css I put the body with padding 50. I need this body padding 50. That's the reason now hello world is coming properly. So now you do till this step, and then we will start the task. So do this step in the app.js, create a navigation.js, and then we will start one task. It's a kind of game. I will give you something here to start, and let's see who completes it first. So once you are done with this, then we will start the game.
You did start the recording on this one, right, Manny?
Yeah, I have started recording. So right now you just write the code maybe, and then you can test it later on when you have everything installed.
Wait, can we see the code or?
Yeah, 1 second. Till now you can see. After that it will be. This is my app.js. This is my navigation which I copied, and we have app.js here.
Where did you get the code from navigation.js again?
Navigation, we already did in the a1.js. We already
Oh,
have the navigation. I
Oh,
copied
A1.
here in the navigation. Is it done? Okay, so now let's start the challenge. So I will be building, this challenge will continue tomorrow also, day after tomorrow also. So we will start something of that today, but later on it will be continuing to more stuff. I will delete this hello world because I don't need hello world. That I only put hello world to see whether content is coming correctly. So delete the hello world. I assume DJ, you are also done, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So now challenge is like this. So let me go to the, okay, let me go to, so this is the get bootstrap page where I have bootstrap. I will go to the components and I will build one layout in the normal HTML using these components, any of these components. So for example, this is my Dreamweaver. I have this challenge 1.html. So first I will give you one example. So for example, I will go to the breadcrumb. Even before breadcrumb, let me do one thing. So let's consider, let me put the navigation. Since you have put the navigation, let me first put the navigation and then we will continue. So let me go here and I will put, don't do anything now. Let me first put navigation so that we both are on the same page. So let me take this navigation and I will put it here in this one. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is my navigation. If I put hello world, it's hiding behind. So because I need to put padding of top 50 pixel. Now if I refresh, hello world is coming correctly. So let me delete the hello world and I will refresh. So now we both are in the same page. I also have navigation, you also have navigation. Now what I will do, I will go to the bootstrap and I will try to create one navigation, one layout. I will create one project and you have to do same thing in the React. Okay, so I'll go to these components. So I will try to do same thing in the normal HTML and I will show you the layout here. Same thing you have to do in your React and you have to show me that how you are doing in the React. So for example, one thing I will do and then you do it afterward. First I will do, let me see, I say container. So I created a div with a container. All my content will come inside this container. And here I will create a div with class. One sec. Let me take this file and get the contents here. Don't start anything now because I'm still showing you how to do the things. Let me save it here in locally. We'll say bootstrap.css. I saved it here. Now I will, so I created one div container. Now I will create one div class row. And inside row, I will create two columns. So I will say div class poll md12 not MD12, I will say call MD, let's say maybe 3, and then it will be 6, and maybe I'll say 3. So here I will say column 1, call 1. Here I will say, they will put H3, let's say call 1. I'll delete this part. I'll just showing you how what I mean. 2, 3. Now if I refresh, it will say call 1, call 2, call 3. This is 3 part, this is 6 part, this is 3 part. So I have 3 columns. So since I completed this container, you will do same thing in the React in some component. So you will be putting this in some component. Maybe you can name it as, new empty file container.js. So you create one component called as container.js, and you will say container, and inside that you will put all what I have put. I'm showing you this one exercise, and then second exercise you have to do yourself. I will put this div. So now here I will change class to class name. Okay, so I change everything in the class name. Now I'll call this container inside the app.js. I'll say import container from .project1 container.js, and after navigation I will call the container. Let's see how it looks in the React. So this is my React application. Okay, there is some hash kind of thing, but it should come. Let me see in the developer console. Okay, so same thing is coming in my React, call 1, call 2, call 3, and same thing if I see in the non-React page, this is my HTML page, I'm getting call 1, call 2, call 3. So I just show you the exercise. Now this part I'm putting in the chat so that you can copy this part. I don't need this part. I don't want to work on this part. So I gave you the container code in the chat. So the challenge here is, tomorrow we will do the challenge. Challenge here will be, I will build one layout here in this HTML page. And once I complete one part, like I completed this one part, you will do in the React, and I will see who is completing first. So the whole small kind of website I will build with some form element and with something, but it will be in HTML. And your job will be to create a different components and call one component inside another component. I will not tell you exactly which component to create. You have to do with your own mind. You have to think yourself. Like I created this container component, but you could have done like this also. You could have copied this to the app.js instead of this container. You could have copied this part of the code here directly in the app.js. That is also fine. So depend on what you think, you can create it, and it should be matching with my HTML page. So if my HTML page is showing 3 columns, your React should also show 3 columns. If my HTML is showing call 1, call 2, call 3, your React should also show these 3 columns. So it should be similar. So which we will do tomorrow. This exercise we will do tomorrow, and we will build something useful. And this, whatever we will build, it will help us in doing our first project. We will be doing first project with the name called as food donation. So whatever I am doing here, it will be helpful when we will do our project food donation.